The Greater Lowell Community Foundation invests funds for individuals and organizations that want to use their investments for good. And each year, the foundation awards discretionary grants to local nonprofits for specific projects. This year, they gave over $135,000 to 18 nonprofits. Executive Director Jay Linnehan explains.
The Greater Lowell Community Foundation exists to help people with their philanthropy. We are an organization that manages some $37 million for some 500 different people who have established like 370 different funds. And we're very pleased to do that. I mean, it gives us the ability to look into the community to see what some of the greatest needs are, and there are many. And then we help with that information to communicate back to our donors as to what some of those critical needs need to be addressed and how to go about that. The board did some analysis, and one of the things we wanted to do was have a focus on social education. In social education, people go, what's social education? I think in a nutshell, it's civic engagement, it's social justice, in particular with young people as to, how should they engage in their community? Should they register to vote? Should they vote? Should they understand what's going on in their community? What's their government doing? What's going on with the environment? What's going on with immigration? What's going on with gun control? A lot of those different things, I think, are very, very important for young people to understand. We have a wonderful relationship with the Boys and Girls Club. We gave them a grant for social education, and it's for My Community Matters.
We want our teens to grow up and be the leaders in this community. And sometimes when you live in the Lower Highlands or the Acre, it can feel like it's not necessarily the people that look like you or that are from your neighborhood that are running the community. So the fact that they have a voice is really important because we want to make sure that they have that in the future. What this year's grant is going to do, it's already trained about 8 of our teens to become peer facilitators. And then they also took part in Teen Block, did a great conference a couple weeks back for teens, talking about the issues of facing teens today. So what will happen is those teens will go back and work with a larger group of teens here and decide what 2 issues are really important to them that they want to address this year and take on as projects. And they'll use the facilitation skills they learned to work on those projects. And one project will work on eliminating generational poverty, which is what the Boys and Girls Club's vision is for all of our members. And then the other one they're working on to decide themselves what it is, what's most important to teens today. And they'll take those projects and work on them for a year to try to make a difference. So we're excited to see what they come up with, and we're thrilled that they're going to have a voice, and we appreciate the Community Foundation making that happen.
The environment needs leaders too. The foundation gave a grant to the Mass Audubon Society and the Lowell Parks Conservation Trust to work with students at Lowell High.
These are Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and they're really, really cool. For the indoor activity today, since it's cold and we have quite a bit of snow on the ground, we brought cockroaches as a follow-up to our study of compost, which we did last week. They're fun. Yeah. Grants like this are hugely important to support the work that we do with these young people.
Getting them out in the wild spaces of Lowell that they didn't know that were in their backyards. We do plantings, create rain gardens to help pollution. We did one in the alleyway of Lowell High School. We also do wildlife tracking, and they also help with some research such as like the fish monitoring program at the Concord River.
By doing environmental adventures, they learned so much about the outdoors and the environment of Lowell and its importance in the health and welfare of all the citizens of Lowell.
A complete list of the many grants awarded this year can be found on the foundation website.